Hi, Dylan. Lex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. Um, yeah, you're working on some stuff here. What we got? We got chest piece, gauntlets, legs, uh, no boots? I don't have them on, do I? I have them on already. Okay, so let me think about this. Hat, chest, gloves, legs. Already wearing the boots. Okay, we're good there. Let me go ahead and grab this out. Ugh, I hate rebuilding up from scratch, man. Hate it. Alright, I don't like that. It's too noisy. Just take that. Take that as well. I don't need that at the moment because I've got better. I do need a wrench, but I think I needed... Oops. More forged iron for that, right? Wrench. No. What do I need? Steel. Oh, I need more steel for that. I probably have enough of that. Steel. Can I have... how many can you make? 40. So why don't you give me 30 steel, and then craft me a bunch of arrowheads. Okay, and while you're doing that, I need... I think there's glue involved, maybe, and duct tape, and I've got the leather already, and wood. Yep. I need a crossbow. Okay, and then I need all my... Oh, I already had a bunch of steel arrowheads. Nice. But I've got no feathers, so that sucks. So that is something I will... Oof. I have no hit points either, looking at this. Oh man, I am low on supplies. Terribly low on supplies now that happened. Okay. But I desperately need a wrench here. Mechanical parts. Because I need electrical parts, and I can't get those without a wrench. Alright, so you decide on the whole wrench thing. I am going to go... okay, I must make the machete blade in the forge. Machete blade. Takes 200 iron. I'm not there yet. So I could use some iron, and I could use... you know, I was going to look in the forge here actually for a second. Yep, nope, there's nothing in the forge I need at the moment. So alright, here we go. Feathers. We'll go do feathers while I wait to get enough to make a wrench. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, it's been a pretty unexpectedly hectic week this week. Only this time it's not work. Last week was hectic with work. This week was, man, just crazy. Everybody wanted me to do something with them every night, it seemed like. I mean, I got my normal game. Okay, so they don't schedule well, as I mentioned, for our game nights, and so here we are. some weeks it's like 11:30 before we get started, and twice this week they were ready to go by like 9. Uh, and that's a 2.5 hour gap in there where I'm supposed to, I guess, be sitting on the edge of my seat waiting with anticipation. But I've got other things to do, man. And so yeah, they got started really early Monday night compared to when we had been starting, and then our DM Monday night, his internet went out after a couple hours of playing, and so I thought we had it all decided that we'd pick back up. Oh, I didn't make a spiky club. That we'd start playing in 2 weeks at our normal session, because 2 hours, usually we get about 2.5, 3 hours maybe. Sometimes more, but usually it's right around 2.5 to 3 hours. And then we quit. And so I wasn't too concerned about the fact that we had to stop where we stopped. It wasn't a big deal. And well, then midday there's a message that says, hey, we're going to play again tonight. You need to let them know if you can make it. Nothing about a time or anything, just the fact we're going to play. And so I'm like, well, I'd probably make it, I guess, depending how, my work day goes and stuff like that. I hate to, though, because I have a show I normally watch on Tuesday nights. And if I don't keep up, I won't watch it. That's the way it's gone with everything I watch. And so how many feathers do I have? 46. That's not enough feathers. I need more feathers. Is my... Oh, my poke's not done yet. I need my poke. Oop. And so, so we're going, and I tell him I could probably show up for it. And I never saw the other guy, I don't think, post whether or not he was going to show up, so I had no idea what was going on. But I didn't get done with work until as soon as dinner started. As soon as they called down for our normal family dinner, because we usually eat together, sort of as a family. And so I go up, I eat dinner. They hadn't said anything at that point. And it's a little after 7 when I go up for dinner, and then I'm chit-chatting, and I come back down, and it's like 8 o'clock, and there must have been a half dozen messages asking me to join because they were ready to go. We've never... No, I've got other things to do, so I just went ahead and recorded my video for the evening, and it was like 9 o'clock before I finally got back to them. They kept sending me messages. I'm like, nope, that's not happening, guys. You'll have to wait, because you didn't set a time. There was no way I could plan on what time to be available, because you didn't set a time, and that's not how schedules work. I realize none of you are doing anything, but I'm a busy guy. And then and so the guy on Wednesday night, or the guy on Monday night, played Tuesday night and runs the Wednesday night game. And so Wednesday, we actually played way more than they said we were going to. We played like 3.5 hours. We'll only be on there for a couple hours, and then we'll have an early evening. Okay, so so then Wednesday is our other D&D game, and that DM sends a message at like 11 a.m. I have a couple of things that have been scheduled way in advance that I have to do later this week. and I'm going to cancel tonight's game because I have to do stuff to get ready for those other things that were scheduled way in advance. Which irritates me, because I feel like there's a minuscule amount of prep time in our Wednesday night game, and he won't even do that half the time. And we've basically been waiting. This will be the third week we've been waiting to do the next part of the campaign because he hasn't been ready. And so he's basically canceled the last 3 sessions. I mean, yes, we did meet last session and the session before that, but it was to do super inane things that had nothing to do with anything. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that, 2 sessions ago, we finished off a couple of fights, and then he ended the session because he didn't have anything prepared, right? And so then he keeps telling us he's got everything prepared, but then when we go to do it, he's got nothing prepared. So I'm not sure what he's talking about when he thinks he's got everything prepared, when we never get to do anything because he's not prepared. It just seems suspicious. And so, nice. Alright. I don't really need a machete. I do need a hunting knife, though. Oh, that's made over here? It's actually something I need before we head out. And so yeah, it bothers me to have him canceled at the middle of the day like that, basically, because we've already planned for our session, especially the day of, and when he cancels, which is more often than I'd like, if it was an emergency came up thing, but this was like, I knew these were coming and I've had time to do it, and we played last night when I wasn't the DM, so obviously it's not so important that I had to cancel out of last night's optional game, but our regularly scheduled game, I'm canceling that because that's the one I'm responsible for. So, because these weren't like emergency things that he just found out about the day of. These were things he knew was coming, things he knew he had to prep for. One of them was an annual report, which obviously means he's known for a year it was coming. And I can't imagine the annual report was due on Thursday, so that he had to skip Wednesday night session. And to even make it more ridiculous to me, I'm going to take my bike, I think, and head out here. I think I need to hit like a power plant or a missile silo to go ahead and get I need to check the map. Which direction do I need to go here? North. It's north. And great. I forgot what I was saying. I was saying something. But I don't know. It's just bizarre to me to do the optional game that we could have skipped because we'd already played once that week, to skip the one that is a different set of people because he already played twice that week, so he didn't feel the need to play a third time. But that leaves the other guy who only plays once a week out, and he doesn't have a problem with that because it's not him. But I have a problem with that because I don't think it's fair. But yeah, and then so here we are today. I remember. So we get to we do this comic book thing, Yeah, there's my electronic parts. So we do this comic book thing every week, and he was okay to do that. I was like, hey man, if you gotta cancel comic book night, we cancel that too. Ain't no big deal. He's like, no, we'll still do that. I'm like, really? So you can do comic book night where we just talk about comic books, but you can't do the D&D game? Well, I don't have time to do the D&D game, but you got time to talk about comic books. Yeah. I'll spend the afternoon reading the comics. So not only is the two things you're talking about not important enough to cancel an optional D&D game, but you also have time to sit around for the afternoon and read comic books. So you can discuss the comic books, but it's the D&D game that you're supposed to have been prepped for that you don't have time for. That's super suspicious. Super suspicious. And so then when we get done talking about the comics, he lays down in his bed and just starts chatting away to me. I'm like, no, dude, I'm going to go finish my show that I was watching before you logged into chat. Voice chat, and you can go ahead and work on your stuff. He's like, well, you gotta go right now. I'm like, no, you said you didn't have time to do anything tonight, but work on that thing, so I'm not gonna, get in the way of your projects you've got to work on. Well, I mean, you don't have to go, but I guess if you... Yeah, I'm gone. Bye. No. We're not playing the thing where you just didn't feel like doing it and you're trying to use some other excuse. And you just want to hang out and chat because I wanted to play D&D, and if you're too busy to do that, then you're too busy to chat. Sorry. Oh, man. You know, I forgot how little health I had. Game, please don't take away my stuff. Please. Please. Yes. So, got a little bit further on the play-by-post this week. I've got my characters created. I think they should be a lot of fun. And the other guy has started creating his characters. I don't know how far he's got them created, but he did roll for some of the things he needed to roll for. And so as soon as I get information back from him on their names, we can go ahead and get started on our story. I haven't really read too much through it. I skimmed through the adventure, and basically it seems like you start off as prisoners who don't know each other and have to band together to try and fight your way through the Underdark, which is huge, basically Hollow Earth kind of deal, where there's giant underground caverns where various races live, and so okay, I'm gonna go up here on the roof for a minute, which obviously I didn't need to go to anyways. And so I'm excited to get that started. I wanted because the whole thing takes place in the Underdark, and the big bad guys for the Underdark, there's a couple of different groups that live in the Underdark that are well known. One of them is Dark Elves, the Drow. And they're probably the biggest bad guys, usually. But there's also the Illithid, which are horrible creatures from another dimension that eat your psychic thoughts. What are they called? Illithid is their actual name, but they're also referred to as... Wow, I can't remember what they're called. Uh, then there's the Dark Dwarves, which are like the Dark Elves, called the Juger. The Juger. They have a funny UE kind of name, you know, D-U-E-R-G-E-R, something like that. Juger. And then there's the Smurmurmers, the Sverbelvins or something like that, which are the Dark Gnomes. Basically, they're just the dwarves, elves, and gnomes. And yeah, dwarves, elves, and gnomes that live underground. And the... Wow, I don't know why I can't think of the... Oh, I thought I heard somebody, and then when I looked, nobody was there. Oh. Oh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Bad doggies. Really? No, 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 bad doggies. Ooh, ooh. I'm up a level. That's awesome. I desperately could use a level here. I would like a level in making my own parts. Do it yourself right here. 5 points. 5 points. Oh, and I need 10 points to make the electronic components. Oh, and a science of 10. My science is a 7. Oh, I unlocked some weird things in here. Did you see that? What's an insulator used for? I learned the insulator, the electronic parts, and the mechanical parts. Cool. Okay. Man, I can't believe I can't think of what their common name is. It's not Illithid. I just want to go ahead and get rid of this dog right now. Oh, joys. I've got nothing to stop myself from bleeding to death. Well, maybe I'll stop bleeding before I bleed out. I didn't bring any bandages. I didn't think about it. I'm not. I'm bleeding out right now. Blah. Bled out. Because he didn't take any bandages with him. Yeah, anyways, so it takes place in the Underdark, and I wanted to make a character that is in the Underdark, and so I made a outcast drow who's a druid. They've got this new spore druid in the playtest stuff I thought I'd try out. Get some bandages. That's food. Get some bandages to take with you here. And so he's kind of a crazy hermit, you know, kicked out of his whatever because that's not official drow jobs. You know, the drow are horrible. They're horrible people for the most part. And so they would not probably accept a druid. So I thought that might be fun and would give the party someone who is familiar with the Underdark and speaks the language. Although he's not going to be a great person to decide what to say because he's a horrible half-deranged hermit. And, I mean, he's not horrible. He's, he's more feral, I guess, than anything, you know, and the feral guy probably isn't the guy you want to be your spokesperson. I don't have time to play with you. I need to get my stuff back. And then the other character kind of, I couldn't decide what I wanted to be. And, we needed a healer, because we didn't have one in the party, necessarily. You don't have to have one, but it does make your life easy. You know what? I do need iron, so let's go ahead and take that. What is going on there? That's some weirdness. It looks like a waterfall of slime. And, but then I figured, oh, well, you know, if I make a druid, I guess the druid can be the healer for the group. So, that's a good thing. And then, so I'm like, well, I don't want to play a wizard. Oh, sniper rifle parts, yes. Where'd you come from, buddy? Where did that guy come from? That was weird. And, so, whoa. That was also very weird. And so, then... Great, I'm infected. And so, I think I already have that one going, and I haven't finished it yet. I guess I could take it and make sure, though. Oh, I don't have it. I do now. And so, what is going on with the grass, man? The grass is doing some weird stuff here. And so, I figured the druid covers healer, and I'm like, well, we need you don't need anything. You can play with 4 fighters. It's fine. But I'm always a fan of a balanced party, and I'm like, well, I don't want to run a thief, because I've already got 2 thieves going. Or, you know, I had 2 thieves. I guess I've only got 1 thief now. Dang it. I hate when their head gets caught in the walls. Is there a ladder here? There was not a ladder here. And so, I ended up making a warlock, even though I already play a warlock in another game. But I don't play that game pretty much anymore. I haven't played it since November. And so I thought, oh, you know what? There was some lead in there. I should take that with me. And so I thought it might be fun to get another warlock going. It's like a whole construction crew just waiting there for me. You guys took too long on your brick. I totally hit take instead of scrap. And so I started making a warlock, and I'm like, alright, well, he's a warlock, but what else am I going to do with him? And so I got thinking, and I'm like, well, we don't have a thief, and thieves are nice, and I'm like, ooh, you know what? I'll go ahead and make both my characters capable of dealing with the Underdark. I don't like this curtain of green that keeps popping up on my screen. And so I took the spy background. Have I already been here? These boxes have already been searched. Oh, I guess I searched them. I feel like I must have already been in this place. Nope, that's not been searched. That's been searched. It's okay, I'm here for something different this time anyways. Although the green making it really difficult to figure out where I'm going. Hey, buddy. And, so, the other guy I made, he's a spy. Because, warlocks get pretty cool spy abilities. And so, he's a half-elf whose his elf parent was a dark elf, so he kind of looks like a dark elf. Not really though, because he's a little bigger than a dark elf. And but then he's gonna specialize in spy stuff, and so he actually has skills in like thieves' tools and stuff like that. So I think that should be fun. As soon as we get going here. Speaking of getting going, I think it's probably time to go ahead and call this for today. I'm a little disappointed. I thought there'd be more electronics down in here. But so far, I have not found the big banks of... That said unlocked. Big banks of electronics like I was expecting. Ooh, I'll take that. Although I did get parts for a new sniper rifle, so that's awesome. Because that is something I desperately need. Alright, well... I am going to call it here. So click like if you like. It's unlocked. Subscribe to sure and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.